Hi, this is Dave Tree of All the Cool Stuff in Fordingbridge, and today we're going to be taking you back in time, roughly about 4 years ago, to watch one of 4 toy reviews that we did, but for one reason or another we never actually got round to editing and putting it out there. So some of the information that might be contained in there isn't necessarily relevant, where we say it's new in stocks, don't like rush out and go crazy, but the reviews are quite good to watch nonetheless, because for a couple of reasons. Number one, the figures were amazing. These are all Star Wars reviews and they were quite excellent figures for the time, and they've not been surpassed in 4 years since. And secondly, within some of the reviews you actually get to see some pretty cool things and insights that you don't normally get to see in other toy reviews. So whilst it's a bit different from the stuff that we're now doing currently, sit back and enjoy these, and like I said, there's one of 4, so check them all out. Good evening and welcome back to another All the Cool Stuff review. Tonight we are looking at the Star Wars Vintage Collection, Empire Strikes Back, Luke Skywalker in Dagobah Landing. Now, I will confess right now that this might be a very impartial review, because I am a huge fan of Rebel pilots. Something that I think that Hasbro are really started to nail now. And this figure has been quite hotly debated, because is it a bit of a cop-out? Is it a reissue of what we've already had before? Most recently with the Legacy Collection Snowspeeder version of Luke. If we have a quick look at the packaging, very retro styled. Very cool picture, classic shot of him. That was also used on like the laser pistol and other bits and pieces. Even probably doesn't really pick up on the camera, but even got the kind of sort of nice grainy sort of background of it. Because of the big orangeness of it all, I just would have wanted this definitely as a kid. And we have a look. It's not based on a previous incarnation, because we just had the X-Wing pilot Luke, but we'll have a quick comparison of that in a minute. Standard blurb, anything new on the back, Clone Trooper Lando General, AT-RT Driver, Nikto Jedi, don't ask me what he's called, and the Skiff Guard Weequay. All of these are part of the same wave as well. I think this is wave 6, but he looks fantastic. Very cool retro styling. We have just a quick look, just grabbed from the box of tricks. This is the only one I've got to hand directly at the moment. It's not really a very good representation because it's a tri-logo version, but it just, you know, I just love the pictures. I love the vintage stuff. You know, it's all about, and this is aimed at kids, not by a long shot. This is all aimed at adults. But if we have a look at the figure now, if we bring him in, and we'll also bring in this guy, because this is the direct comparison. Is he the same? Yes and no. There are quite a few tweaks to warrant it, a purchase. For the most part, some parts have been reused, but immediately you can see it's a completely different orange plastic, much brighter, much more vibrant, which is probably more sort of contrasting. You know, the pilots and on Hoth it was like quite pale, but you know, it was quite all vivid on Dagobah. The legs seem to be the same going up to the waist, but around the hips there is an obvious difference, where you've now got somewhere where you can hang the lightsaber, and you've also now got a moulded in gun holster, which is pretty cool. But with that has come with a few extra pockets on the belt and things like that you don't have on the Snowspeeder Luke. Going up, the chest piece and the arms seem to be the same, but you have now got him without gloves, which is probably the first time we've seen him without gloves, to my knowledge, just off the top of my head. helmet is bigger as well. It's actually better. I've got to say, this was one of my favourite figures of last year. It really was. It's like, they've finally nailed it. But the helmet is very tight, but this is much, much better. It's slightly bigger. Head sculpt is all new. And if we take off the Snowspeeder one as well, you can kind of sort of compare, because he's got his sort of like cowl on. But no, this I thought this was amazing. I think this is amazing. And it's essentially there's only about half an hour of film separating the two figures. But it is very cool. One thing I was checking out is where you do have like these removable pegs on the arms. Does it give you an opportunity to swap over gloves? Fortunately not, no, because the actual, probably not really the best, but this version is actually slightly fatter, so it will accommodate, but it will knacker up the actual joint by sticking in the other gloves, which then got me thinking about if you bring in some of the other previous looks, like the other sort of VOTC ones, it'd be quite cool if they actually produced a Luke now that has all interchangeable hands. So you could have him with the black gloves, you could have him with the Snowspeeder gloves, you could have him bare-handed like on Dagobah, you could maybe have a removable neck ring, so it could either be like the Snowspeeder version or just like the plain pilot, and then same version in terms of the pegs. You could do the feet, so he could either be like Snowspeeder boots or he could be black boots. The only thing I would not include with it is Happy Smiley version Luke, because that's just creepy. But this is very nice. Let's see if we get some light. It is really, really good. I mean, I know everybody would be saying, yeah, but I've got the figure already, but it is. I think it's worth it. Looking at accessories, you've got the pistol, you've got the lightsaber with the little notch. What you also get that you didn't have with the Snowspeeder version is you have the lightsaber on as well. They still keep doing, I don't know why, but they still keep issuing out the same lightsaber with like the peg, so it goes on there, but you can't remove the blade. So it's a bit of an odd feature that they've still not corrected yet, but it is great. And he has also an index finger for like the trigger as well, so he's realistically holding the pistol. But he's just really, really cool, and it's little things like actually getting a better fitting helmet as well. It just makes it so much nicer. Part of Wave 6, I've got pieces everywhere. I'm trying. What am I thinking? God, I don't know what I'm doing here. But part of Wave 6 of the vintage collection, available now. I think we have them at £9.99. They're going very, very fast as well, even though it's hotly debated. But I've got to say that out of the vintage collection so far, and I said it was going to be impartial, but this is probably my favourite figure so far. Definitely. It's just glorious, and it's orange, and we like pilots, and they're getting very, very good at pilots, as long as they don't keep reusing the same thing again and again and again. But no, it's fantastic. So yes, let us know what your thoughts are. Please subscribe or put your comments below. But this is all the cool stuff, signing off with Dagobah landing Luke.